Well, hello. We are looking at Pythagorean Theorem word problems. Yes, we are. So I decided after reading through all the ones that I have asked you here, if I do out numbers 1 and 5, I think that should get you a pretty solid foundation to do the other ones. Okay, so I love Pythagorean. I love everything about Pythagorean theorem. Who am I kidding? I was going to say I particularly love the word problems, but anyway. So let's take a look at number 1. Number 1 says the bottom of a ladder must be placed 3 feet from a wall. The ladder is 12 feet long. How far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall? So what you want to do is you want to start off by drawing out this scenario. Okay, so always start with the ground. Here's the ground, right? And then you're going to have some wall somewhere. Okay, and then you have a ladder. So here's my ladder. Okay, so look at what has formed, right? Look right here. Hold on, let me change color. Hold on. Look what this is. You have a right triangle right there. Now, I've been telling you that you're not allowed to just assume things are right triangles, but in word problems, you can assume that, you are certainly allowed to assume that the wall is perpendicular to the floor. So yes, you can assume that that is a 90-degree angle. That's not a problem. Okay, so I have a right triangle, and I also have some more information. They tell me that the ladder is 12 feet long. So the ladder itself is 12 feet. So in this case, in this triangle, that's represented by the hypotenuse. Okay, right? The side that the 90-degree angle points at is always the hypotenuse. So 12 is going to be my hypotenuse in this case. And let's read what else it says. It says the bottom of the ladder must be placed 3 feet from the wall. So remember, this was my wall, this vertical line, and the bottom of the ladder. So they're talking about this distance right here is going to be 3. Okay, obviously my picture is not drawn to scale, but that's fine. It doesn't need to be. All right, and they are asking me how far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall. So what I'm looking for is this right here. What is that? Okay, so that I'm just going to plug in as X because I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out in a minute. All right, so now that I have my little sketch and I have my sides labeled, I can just use Pythagorean theorem and I can find the answer to this relatively quickly. So just remember that C has to be the hypotenuse. A and B don't matter. I'll let this one be A, this one be B. And then I'm just going to, I'll see if I can squeeze it in right here. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And let's go from there. A is 3 in this case, so 3 squared plus B is the one I don't know, so I'm going to replace it with X. And C is 12. All right, so 3 squared is just 9. And 12 squared is 144. So now you're here and you have this little quadratic equation to solve. I know that I need to subtract 9 from both sides before I begin. So I get x squared equals 144 minus 9, leaves me at 135. And then the only thing left for me to do at this point is to go ahead and take the square root of both sides. So I will just lean on my calculator to tell me what the square root of 135 is. 11.6. And we are in feet. Okay, so 11.6 feet is how far up the ladder, how far the ladder is going to reach up the wall. Okay. Did all that make sense? I hope so. I'm asking you like you can respond to me. I guess you could email me your response. Then I'll just get a bunch of random emails that say, yes, that makes sense. I'll be like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so, but do email me if it doesn't make sense, and then we can figure it out. Let's go ahead and try number 5 together. word problem ones don't really let me, can't really move the screen as much as I wish I could. So it says the diagonal of a rectangle is 25 inches. The width is 15. What is the area of the rectangle? Okay, so let's go ahead and start off by drawing a rectangle. And I am so lucky that I have my, oh geez, I have a cool rectangle tool. Okay, so let's see, I'll make my rectangle about that big. And what else does it say? Okay, it's talking about the diagonal of the rectangle. So remember that goes from one corner to a non-adjacent corner. So like that. There we go. And remember, these are rectangles. So all of the corners, I know that that's going to be a 90-degree angle right there. Okay, so let's read what they say. It says the diagonal is 25 inches. So that red line that I just drew, that's going to be 25 inches. The width is 15. Okay, so now I know some people are very particular about which one's the width and which is the length. It actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you call this 15 or this 15. It does not matter. So it's up to you. Pick one of them to be 15. I'm going to do this one because I don't have a lot of room right on the bottom. I know it looks like I have room on your screen, but on mine there's like the bar where I like change color and stuff, so I can't actually get down there very easily. Anyway, but that is the side that I don't know. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. They're asking what's the area of the rectangle. Well, how do you find area of a rectangle? Hopefully you remember it's just length times width. So I have my width, but I do need to find the length. So I need to figure out, oh, no way. I just found out that I can move that bar. Oh my gosh, well this changes everything. Anyway, so this right here is going to be my length, and that's what I'm trying to find in this. Once I find it, then I can go ahead and find the area, but they're asking me to find at the end. Okay, so let's start off by finding the length. I'm going to switch my color. So remember, the hypotenuse across from the 90-degree angle has to be C. I'll put this one to be A and this one to be B. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, A, I'm representing with an L in this case. You could still use X, it doesn't matter. B is 15, so we'll do 15 squared, and C is 25. Okay, let's do that out. Squared, 15 squared is 225, and 25 squared is 625. All right, so now I can just subtract 225 from both sides. I end up, oops. Oh no, what's happening? I think I pushed a button that I didn't mean to. Oh dear. Okay, well, I end up with L squared equals 625 minus 225 is 400. So now, you guessed it, all I have to do is swoop in and take the square root of both sides. So the square root of 400 is just going to be 20. Okay, so now I know that L is 20. My length is 20. However, be very, very careful. If this were a multiple choice question, I bet you anything that one of the choices would be 20. And lots of people would select it thinking that they're right. But the question was not what the length of the rectangle was, right? The question was what is the area of the rectangle? So if I were to choose 20 on a multiple choice assessment, I would have gotten this one wrong. So the area is not 20. The length is 20. But the area is, I don't know what it is. Let's find out. The length is 20 times the width, which we had as 15. So if I do 20 times 15, I will get my actual area, which is 300. Remember that when you're giving the answer to an area problem, you want it in units squared. So that would be in inches squared. Okay, and there you have it. So that should, having numbers 1 and 5 done out for you,
should make 2, 3, and 4 doable. Okay, so give them a shot. Let us know if you have any questions.